good day. I have a project share, and as I go through this, I have a couple of techniques I'm going to share as well. And the first one I'll start off with is this lace trim down here was this trim. This is vintage trim that I picked up at an antique store, and every time I take it out to use it, the color, I guess, is maybe just a little bit too orangey for what I like. So I took my Heidi Swap Primrose spray and sprayed it, and then wiped the tiniest bit of gesso over some of the raised parts. And this is what I came up with, and I absolutely love it. And what I'm going to do today is try and film with this down there, and then I'll do a close-up at the end. So I started off with this color trim, and then actually found some other trims in my stash to go with it, and also added a little bit of the primrose to these white paper flowers that I had glittered up. And I used the Tilda Summer Fair paper as well as the flower decor embellishment pack. So these banners are from there, and I put a little white paint around the edges with a little bit of glitter, and then also added this delicate trim behind the banners and strung that with some really pretty, like, light grayish blue seam binding. And I used, there's a couple cutouts back behind here that I put some French book paper on, and this as well, this tag here as well is from the Sweet Christmas paper pad, and those were just cutouts. And these flowers are backed to some paper flowers that I had made, and so I'll go over with you how I made these. And I topped each of them off with a petaloo flower, and they are carrying these petaloo flowers at AC Moore now, which is great. And they're very delicate, like they're like almost tissue-y flowers. And I added a couple more embellishments from the flower decor set, and I had this cameo that I backed to a piece of, this is lace cutout from some lace trim that I purchased from Lisi46 from her shop Pretties by Elise on Etsy, and it was in a longer strip of lace, and just cut that out. Added these little word sentiments, and then these doilies back here, I picked those up. Those are Martha Stewart, they're like shimmer doilies, and they're a little bit thicker, and then I stamped on them with some light gray stays on, and I'll show you that in the close-up. And and then I put a little, I originally was going to make a card, but this is a piece of chipboard from a mini album that had little holes in it. So I strung some cording through there, so it could either sit on an easel or be propped up, or it could actually hang. And then so for the sentiment, I made, I just layered all this on the back. I took some of the Tilda paper and put it on this wooden flag, and another little embellishment from the flower decor. I added a little piece of doily there, layered these pieces, and then this little tag I really like. This is from the Style Board, the Crepe Paper Style Board ephemera pack, which it's a really great ephemera pack. I like it. And then this is from the ephemera pack as well, and I'm going to put my sentiment on there, and just tied some trims and hung a little chain with some gems on there, and just put a little bit of gesso on there. And so that just slips inside of there. So let me do a close-up, and then I'll show you how I did the flowers, the paper flowers. And this is a spray of pearls that came off of a candle rounder. So that's the front. And then I used my Wink of Stella pen and icicles around several of the edges. So that is my card slash banner thingy. And so let me show you how I made these paper flowers that are underneath here. And this is kind of what the final product looks like before it's all covered up. The only thing is I didn't edge these with any darker ink yet or anything because I'm not sure what I'm going to use this one for. But what I have purchased recently, or I'm trying to remember where I even got this. Actually, I might have picked this up when I was down at my mom's in Florida. And it is Faber-Castell glaze. And I don't know that I've seen this in any of the stores up here, so I'm not exactly sure where you can get it. But what it says, it adds beautiful sheen, it seals and protects the surface, will work on nearly all surfaces, and creates glossy stamped images that will resist wet mediums. So that's what I used it for. I took this stamp here, just a red rubber stamp, and I painted some of the glaze medium on there and then stamped it just onto some Bristol paper. And it is clear, but I think my stamp might have been a little dirty. That's why it has a little bit of color on there. So, and then all I did was cut it out and took some distressed ink and just swiped the distressed ink all over it. And then depending on how much, like I double stamped these. So some of them had a lot of gloss medium, like this one here has a lot of gloss medium. And then I would stamp it again and then it would not have quite as much. So depending on how much gloss medium was on the stamp would depend on how much ink it's then going to take up. And then I just cut it out around the leaf, and you wipe off any of the excess ink that's on the gloss medium. Obviously you have to let your gloss medium dry real well before you put the ink on. And then I took the leaves and just bent them with my hands, curled the petals back and bent in where like the veins would be. And then I placed the other petaloo flowers right on top of them. Oh, I also added, you can tell here I added a little bit of distressed stickles around the edges. So I really, really like the way that those came out and just wanted to share that. So that's my project for today. And right now I am going to go film my video for a flower tutorial with the Hobby Lobby like box pleated trim, because a couple people have asked for that. So that should be coming up shortly. You guys have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.